Today we're talking about the best settings for your GoPro. Do you want to talk about cats maybe? I have one here. Another baby. Hello guys and welcome to another video. This is Yakuras and this is Skuliki, this is how we name her, a small cat that we found actually outside. So in this video we're gonna talk about the GoPro and how we can set up our GoPro correctly for the best video quality. Hey, don't bite me. Here I have the GoPro Hero 6, but it doesn't matter which model do you have as all GoPros have very similar settings. Okay, and the first thing you need to select is the resolution, the frames per second and the field of view. Those all settings depends on what are you doing and how you'll use the video after. Just for you to know, the higher the resolution and the higher frames that you put, the heavier the file will be at the end. At 5K or 4K it will use HEVC code, which is high efficiency video coding that compresses your video so GoPro can capture large video content at roughly half the file size, but the file will be still huge. That means you'll need to have a powerful processor to play it on your desktop or your phone. Me personally, as I said, I'm using usually 1080 at 60 frames and also of course linear mode as I don't like this too much wide angle. If you want to get a bit deeper and take the best quality out of your GoPro, then definitely you need to change some settings on the Protune. So we turn our Protune on. Protune gives you more control over your GoPro settings. It's like you've seen on DSLRs, the scary manual mode, where you don't know what each setting does. So the same thing here on GoPro Protune, you can modify all kind of settings, like shutter speed, white balance, exposure, colors, ISO and sharpness. Shutter speed I usually let on auto as it makes very good job. But the rule here is to put it double your FPS. So if you're recording at 30 frames per second, you want your shutter speed to be at 1/60th of a second. Here I record at 120 FPS, so I put it at 1/240th of a second. But if you put it manually, you have to make sure that you stay at the same environment and there is no light changes. Otherwise, if you go from a room outside, you will have overexposed image. So shutter speed on auto and it works great. Next, white balance. This is the whole reason to use Protune. This is because many times GoPro can change the white balance when it is on auto. And this can give you blue, green or red image and it can really destroy your footage. So, depends the lighting, set up the white balance to one thing and lock it. And this will make your footage much more good and professional. Really, the worst thing that can happen is to have these color changes and you cannot actually fix them on post. So if it is a nice sunny day, 5500 Kelvin is perfect. If it's a bit cloudy, try 6000 or 6500 and inside for me was around 4500 Kelvin. But you can see the changes live when tweaking it, so select the one that looks more natural. Or select native. So the device will not do any color correction and here you will definitely need to do color correction after on the edit. Here is an example with white balance. At the left we have 2300 Kelvin, in the center we have at 4500 Kelvin and on the right we have at 6500 Kelvin. EV Comp exposure compensation gives you the ability to manually set the exposure. While changing you can see the changes, so on a very bright day you can bring the exposure down -0.5 or -1 as the GoPro usually overexposes the image. And here an example of the exposure. On the left we have -2, on the middle we have 0 and on the right we have +2. ISO settings set the GoPro sensor sensitivity to light. Generally, you want to set the ISO to the lowest possible number and keep the shot perfectly exposed. High ISO like 3200 or 6400 should be used only in a low light situation. And as you know, GoPro aren't the best with low light. So in a very sunny day, you can put ISO max at 400 or 800. If you need more light, increase the ISO max, but it will show some graininess and noise. Sharpness. There are 3 settings on GoPro: high, medium and low. The high I believe put a lot of contrast, detail and texture, which sometimes is too much. So if you plan to edit the videos, putting it on a low or medium and edit the video sharpness after on post will be much better. Next, color settings. We have the GoPro and the flat. The GoPro color corrects the image in the camera, and the flat offers a neutral color profile which can be edited after in the post-production. So if you're gonna color correct your image after, go with flat. If not, GoPro provides very good colors. Okay, so let's recap. If you're not planning to doing any editing and you will use the footage as it is from your GoPro, then use automatic settings. Just select the resolution that you want, 1080 or 4K, and 60 frames per second will be awesome. But if you're planning on editing, then definitely you wanna have control over your image. So let me see here, my notes here. We will use the Protune as we said. We're gonna put shutter speed to auto, white balance we're gonna put 5000 to 5500 for a sunny day, 6000 to 500 for cloudy day, 4000 to 4500 for indoors if it's good lighting, but it's something you can play, or you can just leave it or native and edit it after. ISO max 800 for daylight, otherwise increase it if it's dark like this in this room and you don't have lighting, definitely you have to increase it. Sharpness to medium or low, and you can increase actually sharpness after, so many creators actually use low. Color to flat to color correct it after. If you like the GoPro color, you can use it. I'm using it most of the time because I'm bored to making color correction. Let me know in the comment section below, how do you use your GoPro? Do you use manual settings or just put automatic and you're ready to go? So guys, if you have any questions, write down there and I will reply as soon as possible. Like and subscribe for me to make more videos like this. I'm really excited to make videos about GoPro, about cameras and equipment. So thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. I have to go to feed this small kitten that you saw.